Hello, everybody. Daniel Feuerstein here for Beyond the 90 as we're going to review day one of round two, then preview day two here for the 2025 Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup. And boy, oh boy, what a bunch of great matches we had for day one. 6 matches in all. I mean, we got a lot to get to here, and it's really, really interesting. Got, amazing stuff that we saw here. In the second round on the first day of the 2025 Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup. So let's get right to it. First things first, we go to Columbus, Ohio, over at Lower.com Field in the capital city of the state of Ohio. Of course, the Columbus Crew 2 team. They defeat Lexington SC 3-0. Goals by Owen Prestus in the 7th minute, and then Christian Ortiz in the second half in the 65th minute, and finally Brent Adu Gyamfi in second half stoppage time made it 3-0. For Lexington SC, this is their first year promoting themselves from USL League One to USL Championship. And I just have to say it, and I have to say it was a very disappointing result for Lexington SC. I don't know if they took the Columbus Crew 2 team not seriously enough. Maybe the Crew were better prepared. I don't know. But to me, if you are a second division side, USL Championship side, and you're taking on a club that has a bunch of, don't get me wrong, talented players from the academy of the Columbus Crew, and they're playing at the MLS Next Pro level, which is, of course, Division 3, you would like to think that they would have a better shot at taking on that Crew 2 team. And unfortunately for Lexington SC, they just didn't do it at all. They fell 3-0, and just very disappointing result. Very, very disappointing all the way around. And unfortunately for them, they are done after having that first round victory and now falling in the second round to the Columbus Crew 2 team of MLS Next Pro. And so we will see what will happen in the next round for them. South Georgia Tormenta, oh my God, defeating Foro SC 3-2. This was a barn burner. This was unbelievable. I thought this was going to be a coasting one for the South Georgia side, but later in the second half, we had fireworks, folks. We had amazing goals in this one, and it was an early lead by the South Georgia club from Aaron Walker, scored in the 38th minute, and it would be 1-0 up until halftime. And then in the second half, that's when Foro came in and said, we got to be better and we got to show them why we're going to threaten the Tormenta. And boy, did they threaten right away. Craziness, though, in that second half. And it was an equalizer in the 67th minute by Gibran Rayo. But then Tormenta would find a way to regain that lead late in the 85th minute, and that was by Yaniv Bazzini, and it was 2-1 for the Tormenta. But then we get to second half stoppage time, and boy, oh boy, I couldn't believe what we saw in that one in second half stoppage time. 4-0 again with an equalizer from the penalty spot from Brian Padilla, but then all of a sudden, towards the end of second half stoppage time, it would be Sebastian Vivas who gets the game winner, and South Georgia Tormenta survives their second round matchup against Foro SC. They advance to the third round, and boy, oh boy, that was just amazing to watch, and I can't believe what I saw in that one. The next one, of course, Carter Krishnaiyer was there for Beyond the 90, covering Miami FC. It was a 1-0 victory by Miami FC against their hosts, Inter Miami 2, at Chase Stadium. And it was that man again getting his third goal in 2 Open Cup rounds. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Francisco Bonfiglio gets a big, big header in the 6-yard box from a ball delivered at the far corner, heads it in, the only goal in the matchup, And Miami FC of USL Championship, even though they're not having a good start to their USL Championship season, Miami FC so far is doing pretty good in the Open Cup, and they advance to the third round. Now, the next one, craziness early, kind of ho hum throughout the match, but a big victory in extra time. Charlotte Independence defeating Carolina Core FC of MLS Next Pro by a final of 2-1 in extra time. It was really crazy. The goalkeeper of Carolina Core just made a mess of things. He did make the easy stop. And then when he tried to distribute the ball, to distribute the ball, he accidentally hits the Charlotte Independence player, and that was Luis Alvarez. And Alvarez got lucky, blocked the distribution, did not interfere with the keeper. The keeper just made a mess of it, gave him an open net because the keeper was well off his line, and Luis Alvarez easily puts it into the open net in the second minute of the match, and that made it 1-0. But the Core come out of nowhere 7 minutes later, and they level the score up at one apiece, and that was from Joshua Rodriguez of Carolina Core FC, and it would be 1-1 going into halftime. Nothing in the second half of regulation. Then we go into extra time, and then that's when the big winner came for the Independents, and that was from, if I can pronounce his name correctly, Sawabo Romba. I think I butchered his last name. I butchered his whole name, and I apologize. But he scores the winner in the first half of extra time in the 93rd minute. And Rambo, excuse me. Yep, I think I butchered his name anyway, so I apologize once again. But he gets that winner in the 93rd minute, and Charlotte Independence advances to the third round, defeating Carolina Core FC. Now, El Farolito does it again. They travel to Northern California, further up north, taking on Monterey Bay FC at Cardinal Stadium. And wow, what a match we had here. Monterey Bay, they convert the first goal of the match on the penalty spot, and that was from Javi Ginalti. Uh, Ginolate, I'm having trouble with these names. I apologize. I try not to butcher them, but if I did, I apologize. But Javi Ginolati in the 28th minute made it 1-0 for Monterey Bay. Nothing else, as the USL Championship side has the lead going into halftime, but this is where El Farolito, I don't care where you are, you got to make sure if you're going to beat them, you got to really beat them, and they didn't do it. And boy, the Burrito Boys, did they take over in the second half. Goals from Andres Zuluaga in the 57th minute to level the score at 1, and then it would be that crazy, nutty bunch of shots made, 4 in a row. First 3 were saved, but the fourth one was put in the 83rd minute by Edgard Craye, and that one got his own rebound because that was the third shot by El Farolito. Craye gets his own rebound, and he buried it to make it 2-1 El Farolito. The Burrito Boys, the Burrito Joints of San Francisco, boy, they're cooking up some gas tonight, folks. I'll tell you that much. And it was an amazing match. It was absolutely a lot of fun. Once again, 2-1 victory in regulation time for El Farolito. They move on to the third round. And finally, AV Alta FC, a third division club in USL League One, taking on Los Angeles FC 2 of MLS Next Pro, also third division. So not really a giant killing, no cup set here, but amazing match. Nothing in the first half. It was scoreless. Then in the second half, it would be a goal from DeCarlo Guerra, who makes it 1-0. Great goal. Scored it in the 64th minute. And then out of nowhere, the equalizer for AV Alta FC, of course, that's Antelope Valley Alta, Emmanuel Alaribe, he scores in the 80th minute to make it 1-1, and then the match goes into extra time. And the way the match was going, highly contested, really a bunch of fantastic plays from both sides. And it really looked like, things were getting heated out there as well. Some dangerous tackles, hard tackles. And it would be the head coach of AV Alta, Brian Clea. I got to make sure I say his name correctly. Brian Cleaban. Uh, he must have said the magic word because he got a straight red card and he was sent off. 2 minutes later, it would be Jimmy Villalobos who gets the game winner in the 120th minute. Now, here's a situation, unfortunately, for Villalobos, was that he got a yellow card earlier in extra time, and then when he scores the winner in extra time in the 120th minute, he pulled off his shirt in celebration and was shown a second yellow card, obviously became red. He sent off. They're already going into second half stoppage time and extra time, but it wasn't enough for LAFC to try and get an equalizer to force the penalty kick shootout. And so for AV Alta FC, they advanced the third round, but unfortunately, they will be without Villalobos, and they will also be without Cleaban for their third round matchup, as both men will be suspended for their third round matchup, and we'll have to wait and see what will happen. Of course, let's not forget that draw will be this Thursday, April the 3rd, and it'll be streamed live on US Soccer's YouTube channel to see what's going to happen there. Now, let's go ahead and preview day 2 in round 2 of the Lamar Hunt US Open Cup. Here are your matches for day 2 for Wednesday, April the 2nd at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Loudoun United of USL Championship will be taking on Virginia Dream of the NPSL. Portland Hearts of Pine in Portland, Maine of USL League One will be taking on Hartford Athletic of USL Championship, also at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Westchester SC of USL League One will be hosting the New York Pancyprian Freedoms, the U.S. Adult Soccer Association's champions, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Chattanooga FC of MLS Next Pro taking on Chattanooga Red Wolves of USL League One, also at 7 p.m. Eastern. The Chattanooga Derby. Get the choo-choo ready. It should be exciting. Greenville Triumph of USL League One will be taking on one Knoxville SC, also of USL League One, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. FC Naples of USL League One, they'll be hosting Little Rock Rangers of USL League Two. That's at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. And of course, Forward Madison of USL League One, they'll be taking on FC Tulsa of USL Championship at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Now, once again, Des Moines Menace, Old Men Menace, USL League Two. They'll be hosting Union Omaha of USL League One, and that'll be at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. Then finally, the two nightcaps at 10 p.m. Eastern of MLS Next Pro. Tacoma Defiance will be taking on Spokane Velocity of USL League One. And finally, Ventura County FC of MLS Next Pro hosting El Paso Locomotive of USL Championship, and that's at 10:30 p.m. Eastern, 7:30 p.m. Pacific Time. Join us here at Beyond the 90 for our articles, our podcasts, our videocasts, and you can read it all here at Beyond the 90 at beyondthe90.substack.com. You can read our articles from myself, Carter Krishnaiyer, Brett Mulnix, Rooster Nevillen, Josh Taylor, Alex Ashton, and many other writers here at Beyond the 90. You can watch our video streams here on Beyond the 90 as well, or on our YouTube page at Beyond the 90. And of course, if you don't, or if you can't watch our video streams, you can listen to it as podcasts. You can listen to it on both Apple Podcasts and Spotify. I'm Daniel Feuerstein. This has been day one, round two review, previewing day two of round two of the 2025 Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup. Get ready once again, ladies and gentlemen. It will be another Open Cup night across America. I'm Daniel Feuerstein for Beyond the 90. Thank you very much for watching and listening. I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye-bye for now.